Welcome to the Golf Summer Series race number 16. Tonight we're here at the Orlando International Speedway for the Hulu 400. 35 drivers all lined up and ready to go here in the theme park capital of the world for probably the craziest and insane track I'm going to go to all season. But before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineup. So on the pole we have two past winners this season, Jake from State Farm and Aiden Thomas. Row 2, Dan Mattiello and Lucas Amaro, both two-time winners this season. Row 3, Kody Boggs and Sabretooth. Row 4, Jason Albert and Random J. Row 5, Nathan Baird and Devin Payment. Row 6, Brandon Carruthers and Jimmy. Row 7, Kellen Baker and Its Movement. Row 8, Hoodlum and Alexander Jones. Row 9, Ryan Wilson and Dan DJ. Row 10, HS and Argan Scott. Row 11, Owen Miles and Johnny Hernandez. Row 12, Brad Ream and Carter Boyd, both winners from last week. Row 13, Sean Ard and Mountain Dew Fan for Life. Row 14, Dominic Payment and Lipsy. Row 15, Richard Herman and Keyshawn Richardson. Row 16, Slayer and Nick Sant. Row 17, Adam Bowden and Ryan Benjamin. And starting last today is Jordan Scout in the 54. And now it's time for the starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Let's take a look at the track info here for tonight. So we're going to go 34 laps along this absolutely massive 3-mile long Superspeedway where we actually turn right instead of left with 33 degrees of banking. And as for the weather here tonight at Orlando, 76 degrees Fahrenheit with 8 mile per hour wind towards the southeast. This track is also based off the old Trip Around Speedway and the old EA Sport NASCAR games. We also tested here back in March where Random J was the fastest out of 19 drivers. A sellout crowd on their feet here at Orlando as the Hulu 400 is underway. Already going into turn number 1, we're 3 wide for second. Lucas Amaro there, no, we're 4 wide now into turn number 2. Down the backstretch we go here. The field's already 4 wide. This track is by far the widest Superspeedway we're going in this year, even wider than Talladega and Armory Digital. There is Mattiello for a great run on the 82 car. He tries to force him up to the outside. And off 4 now, we're side by side for the lead between Mattiello and Jake from State Farm. Looks like Mattiello is going to lead this lap. 3 by 3 behind the leaders there. This field is already getting pretty dicey. Aiden Thomas into 69, you won it from Talladega, one of the favorites going into tonight. Helping out to 82 on Nathan Baird into 37, helps out Mattiello there. Manufacturers already working together here. Mattiello will lead lap number 2, lap number 3 of 34 this time by. As he goes up the block, Jake from State Farm. We're 3 wide for second once again, 4 wide almost. Behind him now with 4 wide, Ryan Wilson there on the inside, making it 4 wide. And as I said, we're now 5 wide. Aiden Thomas goes up the track. Side by side for the lead between Nathan Baird and Mattiello, as the field behind him is still 5 wide. Kellen Baker and Jake from State Farm there nearly make contact. That could have been a massive wreck there. Nathan Baird now to the lead with Ryan Wilson right behind him. He leads lap number 3 of 34. Here come the spotted Biffa cars of HS, Raiden Crothers, and Slayer there. Five wide once again in the field towards the middle of the pack. That's now Slayer currently with the lead. Here comes Jason Albert in the 80 car. Adam Bowden in the 83 car also right behind him. He was your runner-up from Daytona about a month ago. Richard Herman in the 95 coming out of nowhere. He was, of course, the winner from Armory Digital, our first Super Speeder race of the season. As we're on board with Jordan Scout now. Going in the back straight, was still side by side for the lead. Looks like Richard Herman going into turn number 3 with help from Jordan Scout will clear to 83. As I mentioned at Toronto last weekend, that 95 team has been rather inconsistent ever since the beginning of the season. A win for that team here tonight would be huge as he leads lap number 6. Jordan Scout on the inside there with help from Owen Miles. He's going to rocket pass by the 95. He gets help from Hoodlum there in the 3. Hoodlum makes it 3 wide for second. He has help now from HS in the 61, trying to take the lead away from Jordan. Down the back shredder, most of the pack in a 3 wide formation, but I do see some 4 wide there with Mountain Dew Fans for Life and then Mattiello. And oh, there they go! Sabretooth, Mountain Dew Fans for Life. Lucas Amari goes for a spin. Looks like Sabretooth's able to save it. Oh, he makes contact again with Mattiello, your points leader. Is 66 now in the grass. It looks like he's going to pack onto the track again and makes contact with Sean Ard. No caution. How in the world? Does that make any sense? Oldham was going to lead lap number 6 at 34. But we're going to take a little replay to see what exactly happened. So this happened going into the back shoulder, going into turn number 3. We're 4 wide. Pretty much 5 wide now. So, it looks like Sabretooth and Mountain Dew Fan for Life made contact since the one of Lucas on Meyer spinning. Sabretooth just came up on Mattiello. Was able to save and correct it though. Back onto the track, and Sabretooth hit Sean Ard there as he came back on the track again. And these drivers here, they got held up by the 66. Now several seconds behind the main pack. And the fact that wasn't called a caution by Golf Summer Series officials is absolutely beyond me. The only real way these guys could catch back up to the field is if another wreck were to happen, if they even call a caution for that to begin with. Anyways, lap number 8 of 34 here, Dominic Payment now to the front. Nick Sant in the 40 car right behind him too, as well as Hoodlum in the 3. Nick Sant has always been in contention every time we went to a super speedway race, but has never been able to find victory lane. Down the backstretch now, Dominic Payment, Nick Sant still side by side for the lead as the rest of the field is 3 to 4 wide behind him. On board 40 here, Nick Sant. And as you can see, those second group of cars that got held up by Sabretooth are slowly starting to catch up here. Lap number 9 of 34 now. So, Kody Boggs in 7th there, almost won the Firecracker 400 last month at Daytona. Now side by side with Nick Sant for the lead. As the pack is once again 4 wide. Some of the cars that got held up by Sabretooth a little earlier, able to catch up. However, some aren't so lucky. Over 6 seconds behind the main pack. Kody Boggs will lead lap number 9, lap 10 of 34 now. Carter Boyd, the winner from the heat race last weekend, now side by side with Kody Boggs for the lead, with 4 wide once again behind him. Still side by side for the lead, going into 1 and 2. And here comes Jason Albert with help from movement out front, out of nowhere on the inside. The 80 and 20 now move up to the middle of the pack as Devin Payment with help from Alexander Jones is now on the inside looking for the lead. Jason Albert has been one of the most consistent drivers all season. Came in this race second in points and a 10th place finish last weekend at Toronto, but has yet to find victory lane this season. Jason Albert to the lead here at Orlando, lap number 11 of 34 now. The field behind him once again, 4 wide. Here comes Devin Payment, the 88 there with help from Alexander Jones. Going into 1 and into 2, side by side between the 80 and 88. It looks like Devin off of turn 2 will clear Jason Albert. Alexander Jones once again helping him out to the lead. It was still side by side for the lead going into turn number 3. And going into 3, Devin almost came up on the 80 car a little bit there. Still able to clear him. And Devin Payment now your new leader at Orlando. Devin Payment will lead lap number 11 of 34. This is only the second time he's led all year. With the first being at Atlanta the other week. Here comes Mattiello, felt from Brad Ream there. Devin tries to block it. Looks like he's not able to. Mattiello now side by side for the lead with Devin Payment. And in the back straightaway, we're 3 wide for the lead between 17, 88, and 33 of Alexander Jones there. Here comes Jimmy making it 4 wide behind the leaders. He goes with Mattiello into 17, going into turns 3 and 4. Adam Bowden and Richard Herman tucking right behind him as well. And coming off of 4 was still 3 wide. Looks like Mattiello was able to pull away though, with help from the aforementioned 48 car. Mattiello in lap number 12 looking to extend his points lead going into this race. Jimmy in the 48 there on the inside with help from Adam Bowden and Richard Herman there. And off of 2, 48 will clear to 17. Jimmy came in this race 10th in points, was a winner from Atlanta the other week, as the pack now is mostly 3 wide here. And going into turn 3, Jimmy trying to hold off the rest of the field here as Adam Bowden tries to get a run off Jimmy here. He's now side by side from coming off turn 4. Well, lap number 14 to 34 now is Adam Bowden, but from Richard Herman on the inside there. He's going to rocket pass by the 48. The pack's so mostly 3 to 4 wide here going into turns number 2. As Richard Herman still tries to get a run off Adam Bowden here. Adam Bowden goes up high as Richard Herman is still on the inside there. Up from Sawyer now in the 2. And once again, going into turns 3 and 4, we're side by side for the lead. Jordan Stout there on the inside trying to make things work. He gets blocked by Sawyer and Richard Herman there. Richard Herman will lead lap number 14 as he's still side by side with Adam Bowden for that spot. Richard Herman that time by had the advantage, but he's still side by side with Adam Bowden as he finally clears him going into turn number 2. The field once again in a 3x3 formation going into turn number 3. Oh, around goes Kellen Baker into turn number 3. Ryan Benjamin, HS, Dominic Payman, Owen Miles also involved in this as the caution now will come out here at Orlando. And coming back to the start finish line, Slayer will lead the field back to green. This is obviously a much needed break for those guys that got held up by Sabretooth during our first wreck that wasn't called a caution. But let's take a look at a replay to see what exactly happened here. So much like our first wreck for the night, this happened going into the backstretch, going into turn number 3. Looks like HS made contact with movement and just collected Kellen Baker, Ryan Benjamin, Dominic Payman. None of them had anywhere to go. On board with movement here in the 20. Yeah, on movement, when HS made contact with movement, he pretty much clipped Kellen Baker, sets him spinning. On board for Ryan Benjamin here. Hoodlum in the 3 doing a really good job avoiding that. Relatively minor damage to the few cars that were involved in there. We got pit stops here. Pretty much everybody down pit road. Got a couple cars that are staying out, Mountain Dew Fan 5, as well as the lap cars of Sabretooth, Lipsy, and Lucas and Mario. Looks like everyone's doing gas only here. Here's the race off pit road. Slayer, Jordan Scout, Jake from State Farm, Adam Bowden, Dan Mattiello is your top 5. Looks like Kody Boggs in the 7, who's been up front for most of the night, has some damage to his rear bumper. Let's take a look why. This is going to his pit stop here. Oh, his teammate Movement got into the back of him. Definitely will make for an interesting team meeting this Monday. But anyways, under caution here from Orlando because of this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here from Orlando. We're about to go back green after a multi-car wreck along turn number 3. Wasn't really a big one, but still. Currently, Mountain Dew fan for life is your leader. He actually stayed out during our pit road cycles under caution. Slayer into the 2. He led the field back to the caution. And Jordan Scout currently in 3rd. The cars to the left are cars 1 lap down or more, while the cars on the right are all your lead lap cars. Pace car down pit road, and as we're about to go back green here, I think it's the perfect time to go Gossamer Series, crank it up. Lap number 26 at 34 here, less than 10 laps to go here at Orlando. And as always, seemingly every time we're out of the Superspeedway, we're approaching on lap traffic. Now off the floor, Slayer looks to the inside of Adam Bowden for the lead. Lap number 27 and 34 now. Lap 27 and 34 there, Adam Bowden still led the lap, but here comes the lap car as I mentioned of Kody Boggs. Was involved in a parallel accident earlier for his teammate It's Movement as he splits the field 3 wide now. Slayer on the inside there, a fault from Richard Herman. Able to go right past by as everyone else, especially towards the middle lane, stuck behind that 7 car, including his teammate Random J and Bradley Ream. Anyway, side by side once again for the lead between Slayer and Adam Bowden. And we might catch up to another lap car in Mountain Dew Fan for Life, who we saw went down pit road during our Crank It Up segment. But off of 4, we're still a side-by-side for the lead as we come to 7 laps to go. Looks like Slayer finally, fell from Carter Boyd into 5, is able to clear Adam Bowden going into turn number 2. 4 wide once again behind the leader as everyone's still trying to get past by Kody Boggs. But Kody Boggs is still able to keep up with minimum speed, but still an obstacle nevertheless for these lead lap drivers. Three wide between Hoodlum and Johnny Hernandez, teammates for HBL Motorsports. A new team that was formed via a merger between Hoodlum Motorsports and Whipping Gamer Racing. Slayer back to the lead here, 6 laps to go at Orlando. Anyways, 3 wide going into turn number 1 for the lead as we approach Mountain Dew Fan for Life. Johnny Hernandez in the bottom with the advantage with help from Nick Sand in the 40. Looks like Mountain Dew's going to hold up Slayer now in the outside lane. He's going around the entire inside lane there to go right past by him. Ryan Wilson, Nick Sant, and Johnny Hernandez, 9 new top 3, but here comes Jake from State Farm side by side now with Ryan Wilson for 3rd. Up from Richard Herman in 95. Carter Boyd also in the picture there. You see Keyshawn Richardson also coming back up there. This time by 5 laps to go here at Orlando. Nick Sant will lead lap number 29. He's still side by side with Johnny. Both drivers trying to chase down their first wins of the season. Johnny came in this race 5th in points, while Nick Sant came in this race 33rd. There's Random J in the 53s. He's 4 wide for positions here. Anyways, back up front, Nick Sant and Jake from State Farm side by side going into turn number 3. And that time by, Nick Sant had the advantage, but Jake from State Farm is in that bottom lane. That seems to be the most preferred lane here tonight. Jake from State Farm able to clear Nick Sant as we come to 4 laps to go. He's now side by side with Richard Herman. There's Johnny Hernandez there with help from Ryan Wilson as going in the 1, they fall in line between 82 and 40. And coming off of turn 2, Richard Herman now currently with the lead. He's now side by side with Jason Albert. Kellen Baker right behind the 80 cars with 3 wide for the lead going into 3. Pack once again in the 3x3 formation as everyone's trying to make as many moves as they possibly can here. As this time by, we're coming to 3 laps to go. Kellen Baker lead lap number 31. The Field once again getting pretty dicey in this 3-wide formation going into turn number 1. Four wide now. Carter Bowden, Nick's hand nearly made contact there. That could have been a massive wreck. Devin Payment there in the inside lane with Aiden and Thomas there. And Carter Boyd gets a little loose going into turn number 3, he was able to correct it. Still very scary nonetheless. Five wide towards the middle of the pack there, off of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Can Kellen Baker get his second win in the season? So here comes Devin Payment in the 88 with help from Aiden Thomas in that inside lane. Nargan Scott in the 86 also right behind him as well. As the inside lane gets a huge run going into turns 1 and 2. Side by side off of 2, Devin Payment will clear the 21. Dan DJ into 28 there all by himself. He's still on the lead lap, but ended up losing the draft. Aiden Thomas looks to the inside of Devin Payment, tries to force him up the track. Looks like he will. Aiden Thomas and Devin Payment now side by side for the lead, coming to the white flag. One lap to go here at Orlando as Aiden Thomas clears the 88. Is Nargan Scott going to make his move? Nargan Scott tries to look to the inside. Aiden Thomas able to block. And coming off of turn 2, Nargan Scott's now looking to the outside. But once again, Aiden Thomas able to defend his position. And going into turn 3, Nargan Scott looks to the outside again. Mattiello with help, but he leaves him out to dry. Three wide behind the leader once again, but coming off a turn 4 for the final time, it's not going to be enough. For the second time this season, Aiden Thomas will see the checkered flag. He wins here at Orlando. Nice. Congratulations to Aiden Thomas and the EasyJet Racing team. They are winners here for the Hulu 400 at Orlando, as he becomes the 3rd driver to win 2 races this season. Let's take a look at the finishing results here after that pretty thrilling finish. So here we go. Aiden Thomas finishes first. He's become a force to be reckoned with in these Superspeedway races. Finishes a 2nd, 1st, 11th, and now 1st once again. Definitely interesting to see what he'll do next month at April for a final Superspeedway race of the season. Kellen Baker finishes 2nd. Good rebound after a rather terrible one last week at Toronto. Dan Mattiello finishes 3rd. Devin Payment for his best Golf Summer Series finish in 4th. Nargan Scott finishes 5th. Braden Carruthers finishes 6th. Jimmy finishes 7th. Brad Ream, last week's winner, finishes 8th. Jason Albert 9th. And Jake from State Farm rounds off your top 10. And now for the point standings. We're getting pretty close to the end of the season, but Dan Mattiello is still your points leader with 519 points. Aiden Thomas now up to 2nd, behind by 22. Jason Albert down to 3rd, behind by 26. Brad Ream down by 28 in 4th. Kellen Baker back up to 5th, behind by 29. Johnny Hernandez behind by 39 in 6th. Dan DJ in 7th, behind by 51 points, which is over a full race behind Dan Mattiello. Jimmy in 8th, behind by 59. Random J behind by 64 in 9th. And Slayer rounds off your top 10, behind by 67. So next up, race number 17, we had the Chicagoland Speedway for the Hellman's 500 for our 2nd mile-and-a-half day-to-night race of the season. That'll be on the channel next weekend, August 15th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, as always, thank you all for watching this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.